Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and today I'm hanging out with all these fine nerds. We have Stephen Partridge in the house, Carlos Rivera, and Robin R. Miller as well. Our illustrious Dungeon Master. Their links are in the description down below. Go check them out and follow them across the interwebs. They do cool and fun stuff. With that, I'm just going to jump right in. We're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm going to throw it to our Dungeon Master. They're probably going to roll some dice right now.
Uh, yeah, just opening straight with the D4 toss before I turn the world on. Hey Cassius, what do you remember from last week?
What's good, Internet? My name is Carlos Rivera. I play Cassius, your half equine wizard of illusion. And what I remember from last week is going through a pretty intense conversation with Sid's grandfather, and I'll let Galatian talk more about that. But after that, we went on a hunt to save somebody, and I'll let Unga talk about that. But yeah, and I don't want to talk about everything, even though I talked very little, but I'm passing it off to someone who could take it from there. Mr. Ted Adams.
Hey everybody, I'm Nerdarchy Ted. I'll be playing Galatian Trisrel, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. I know that we went through a fairy ring and we're chasing things through, I'm assuming, the Feywild. I don't remember much of the conversation that happened between Cassius and my grandfather, so that'll have to be either a mystery or you'll have to just go back to last episode and watch it. And I know, we encountered a mirror and some strange creature was, coming out of it. And on the other side of, the fairy circle, we were all 10-year-olds. So we got to see a very different side of all of our characters. And with that, I'll roll the dice over to Stephen.
Hi everybody, I'm Stephen. I am playing Prudence, and I remember that we had a few different conversations going on at Sin's grandfather's house to start. Most notably, Unga and was kind of yelled at by Prudence because he made a deal with a hag, and so he ended up jumping out the window because that's what Unga does. And he ended up running into Galatian. Galatian and he had a conversation. Meanwhile, Sheldon was shouting about he's a warlock now, which is actually kind of true. We then went to rescue this half-orc that was taken from a village that Lurza told us about. And so we bolted after this tree creature that had taken this child. And we ended up going through a mushroom ring that landed us in the Feywild. at one point we entered this weird veil that turned us into 10-year-olds briefly. So we got to see like very different sides of all of our characters. They still had all their powers, they still had all their gear, but it was like changed to look more like what was the case when they were 10. So like Prudence was suddenly dressed in a lot of colors, and you had Cassios, who was very covered up on purpose, and Unga was already very large, like the size of someone much older than him. Sin was a lot more like subdued and like unconfident. So it was just really interesting to see that mix. We ended up rescuing the child from the tree thing that we defeated and going to this really spooky place that had this creature that I'm going to now toss it to Dave, even though I stole most of the things. Here you go, Dave. Have at it.
Yeah, that's basically most of it. But there was a mansion carved into the side of a mountain or rock face, cliff face, which we infiltrated. I don't think it was actually that hard. I think we just went through the door. And it is in that place where we did find the mirror that was mentioned earlier, with a creepy Bloody Mary style creature coming out of it. Also, we kind of like did a little snooping, and there was all kinds of kid stuff, in this mansion. And so we think whoever owns the mansion has, just sending out sentient trees to kidnap kids wherever they can. And we're not entirely sure that the tree that came into our world from the Feywild was part of the incursion of the pranks from the hag that Prudence annoyed by taking her eyeballs, her jar of eyeballs, and also Sin's grandfather is messed with her a long time ago. So she wants revenge. So we're not entirely sure if these hags are connected, or if they're possibly two different hags, and the thing in the mirror may not be a hag. But it kind of seems like a mirror hag to me, or Bloody Mary, whichever may be the case. Oh, by the way, I'm playing Unga the Half-Orc Ranger Beastmaster with his faithful companion Sheldon, a giant crab who may or may not be a warlock at this point, because he does have his own familiar that was conjured and summoned and bound him via a pact or deal. Although he didn't make the deal, so I don't know. Maybe I'm the warlock. We're all warlocks here. With that, I'll throw it back to the dungeon master.
All right. So you guys are standing in this entryway with the mirror at the back of the hall, and this like ball jointed marionette just kind of crawled out of it and like pulled herself to a straight posture before you. And she's, like you can sort of like see the ball joints at the wrists and between the fingers, and those are very revealed from the clothes. And she turns her head, it's a little bit disjointed, but she does her little bow and bids you all welcome.
Being from the Feywild,
Yes.
do I have an idea, or may possibly have heard descriptions of a creature as described as I'm seeing?
Give me Arcana.
Alrighty. Well, that's a 12.
I mean, and have heard everything that and have heard about the Bloody Mary cryptid.
I say salutations, but at the same time make the Feywild sign of protection. Just, being cautious.
So she doesn't so much smile, because the way that her face works is the lower jaw just kind of moves and the lips are not articulate. But she does kind of open her mouth like a twisted nutcracker and let out a little stiff laugh.
Oh,
We're going to play a game.
Oh no. Oh no. And I turn to Prudence like, this isn't good. This is not good.
Maybe.
So are we our regular selves, or are we our younger selves at this point?
You are still your regular selves right now at this moment.
So what kind of game are we going to play?
We're going to play a game with several rounds.
And what do we get if we win?
What do you want if you win?
I quick put my hand over Prudence's mouth. Don't make any deals. I learned that really recently.
We want you to leave the children of our world alone.
I suppose I could do that.
I whisper
But-
into Prudence's ear. What about the other worlds?
Right now, we're haggling to keep your clan safe. And if I extend it to the rest of the children in our world, I dare say that's a pretty big ask.
Oh, it is. But one that I'm willing to take, except if I win, I get something too. And that too will be a pretty big ask. So if I win, you stay and play and join the rest of the children here.
You see,
So what is the game? Can't really agree, as we already know stakes. We have to know what the game is.
Well, there will be several smaller games within it, but the first game, or the overarching game, the object of the game is you win if you find me in the attic.
We find
So
what?
hide and seek.
Well, no, because you know where I've been hidden, but you have to get up there, and then you have to find me in the attic.
So what do we say?
So, quick question, Robin.
Yes.
Does this creature, you said a marionette, does she look like a marionette or the way she moved was like a marionette?
She kind of looks like a marionette. She's a ball jointed doll, right? So like
Okay.
she looks like she's made of wood, and then she's got like the balls and the joints that you can like sort of see when she's moving. Like her fingers are all articulate. She just has like a weird carved face.
Okay.
There aren't any strings that you can see, but she moves like a marionette.
I was hoping she would say pick up sticks.
I mean, yeah, it's the only way.
So what do we say? Do we go for it or do we leave? She's looking to all of you for consent because this is not just a thing only she can agree to.
I kind of like talk out of the side of my mouth, trying to like cover my mouth so the creature can't see. Maybe you should just light it on fire.
Unga, I don't advise violence against this one. It has a very large reputation in the Feywild. If we must come to fisticuffs, we will, but I would like to try to avoid that as much as possible.
How many rounds of games? And do we have any way of vetoing certain games?
Vetoing. Yes, but you have to do it now before they start. You tell me what you are unwilling to play.
Trivia. I hate trivia.
Very well, no trivia.
And nothing where we're made to hurt one another.
That can be done easily. Although you cannot tag too hard and tell me that I asked you to hurt each other. That was not my doing.
No, that's fair.
Are we
No
like
boiling pots or drawn butter.
Those are not playthings. Those are not fun. I have not got those things in my house.
Is tag likely in a game that you wish to play?
It's on the table.
Anything that does not involve flogging.
Now, of course, you won't be playing tag with me. You'll be playing with the other children.
Oh,
Well, I'm game.
Just for a cause.
I mean, if you guys are sure we can't just chop her up.
I'm not saying I don't think we can. I'm saying probably want to try things before that, or at least catch her off guard before doing that.
If you guys are saying this loud enough for her to hear, Prudence just drops her head in her hand. Like,
Well, given her face is made of wood, it is not particularly expressive, so it is impossible to tell whether she was offended by that or not.
Well, you all know that one of Galayson's bags of tricks is fire. So, worst case scenario, that's the direction to go.
mm-hmm.
Gleason has enough tact not to begin bringing that up.
All right, so plan B is we play games. I mean, plan A is play games. Plan B is what we normally do.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, Cassio, this is your home turf. We can, and Prudence knows all about deals. So I trust you guys.
What is our limit to find you?
You have until sunrise.
There were stairs when we came in, right?
Yeah.
I raced up the stairs.
Oh, I thought you meant in front of the porch. No, there aren't stairs in this room.
Okay. I thought there was like a foyer and all right.
No, I said that it was not it wasn't the sweeping staircase you might have expected. It's just a narrow hallway with a mirror in the back and like doors on the sides.
All right, I will randomly start opening doors.
And she will smile and peel back into the mirror. It ripples again, and it's kind of like somebody pulled her from the center and just dragged her back through because her arms and legs go like this.
Oh,
and she just
wow.
folds in half and exits through the mirror, and then like it's blank and she's gone. The first door you open, it is swelteringly hot on the other side, but all of the furniture seems to be fine. Nothing is really on fire. It's just the floor is made of lava.
Oh.
There's a door on the other side. This is going to be an extended skill challenge.
Unga, it's a bad time to tell you the kids didn't play with me much as a kid.
Okay. Let's see if I have a thing here. Can I use mold earth to make the lava solid?
No.
Oh, so Prudence tries it and it just doesn't really work, and she's
No.
like,
You're
Oh,
doing
this-
that, and while you're doing that, Unga points to Sheldon and then points to his back, and we engage backpack mode. Is there a chandelier in this room?
Yes. It's hanging over the rug near the middle. There's, and like there's typical living room furniture in there. Like there's a couch, there are side tables, there's a bookshelf.
Okay.
This
is what I would like to do.
Okay.
I will get a running start from the hallway.
All right.
And I am going to dive through the door, but up high. And as I do, using my hook and my fingers, I want to grab onto the door jamb and kind of like lever myself up, like almost like a handstand. And
Okay.
then he's going to like drop his body down so that he can, bring his feet to the wall and push off. And he's going to jump for the chandelier.
That sounds like an acrobatics check to me.
Yeah, it does. Let's see.
And when you pass through the door, you become your 10-year-old self again, but it's not going to trip you up in your attempts. You just make the roll normally because
Okay.
Unga is actually not that much smaller as a 10-year-old than he is now.
All right, this is going to be interesting because I'm very good at athletics. But acrobatics, not as much. That might work. That's an 18.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that passes. You managed to get to the chandelier.
Nice. And now I'm using it like a swing and trying to swing myself towards the door on the far.
All right. Fortunately, there's a doormat in front of that door, and I'm not going to make you roll again because it is a skill challenge. Like all of you pick a skill, you can't pick the same skill twice.
Okay.
But you will absolutely be able to get over there swinging from the chandelier.
Because it's a skill challenge, can I say the way I'm trying to help is I'm like swinging like from door to door because I think it's on the other side of the room,
Yes, it is.
so that someone can jump up and I can grab them with my legs and try and like chuck them over. I mean,
Yeah,
they can
I'll
still
allow
make
it if somebody wants to give it a shot.
yeah.
You know what? With that, I'm gonna follow up with a mage hand in my rope to kind of like as I hop on to kind of like tie some sort of swinging device as well.
All right, Cassius, you give me athletics.
Got it. The thing wizards are really good at.
Yes,
very
the
known
thing
for that.
wizards are very good at.
I mean, you made kind of a muscly wizard.
That's a 12. I'm rolling hot 12s tonight.
Excuse me. Well, you are being assisted,
Okay.
so you get advantage.
Thanks. What if I told you? You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
You can't possibly roll bad 3 times in a row.
I rolled 2. You gotta be. What if I said 12 is the best number I could come up with?
Okay. Well, then I would tell you that you do not manage to grab onto Unga's legs, and I would
Okay.
bid you make an acrobatics check on your way down to see if you hit the rug or if you hit the lava.
It was a great gaming with you guys.
Misty Step. Do you have Misty Step?
I don't have Mr. Step, and that was a 5 total.
I've seen you use Misty Step before.
No,
That
that might be.
Oh no, that was
sin.
Prudence. Okay.
Yeah.
How can you be from the Feywild, a wizard, and not have Misty Step?
Besides, the DM
Oh,
said this is a skill
oh.
challenge, not a spell challenge.
True. It is fine. I land in lava.
Oh no!
What's
Okay.
the worst could happen? I had a character die that way.
Oh my god. I am not here trying to kill you guys. I just need you to know that.
Of course.
I'm not
You
trying to
take
kill you.
13 fire damage.
Oh,
Uh,
righty.
That's weak sauce lava.
It is indeed weak sauce.
So-
Well, I just rolled absurdly lowly.
So would you say like he's like on the lava and like Prudence and Sin are able to like pull him back so he doesn't sink in?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, it's kind of quicksand lava, right?
Can we do an
Like,
Armageddon scene instead?
I don't know what that means.
Or maybe, or was it? No, maybe. What was it? With Tommy Lee. It was a
I don't know who
disaster
that
movie.
is either.
Was it Volcano?
Well, Die Hard.
Just
No,
describe
no.
the thing to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
So like lava is filling the subway and the car, and they like have to jump across, and like they're not going to make it. So like the big burly dude grabs someone and like throws them as he's being incinerated by the lava.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is unfortunate.
Um,
Well,
That's
fortunately, you guys can absolutely pull Cassius back out of the lava, back to the beginning.
Okay.
Cool.
But
Right.
athletics has now been used.
Indeed.
All right, so I got a question here, and I'll totally accept no as an answer.
Yeah.
But would I be able to use sleight of hand? Meaning I'm good at moving quickly.
Yeah.
And get from an obstacle to an obstacle.
How does that involve your hands?
Well, it's the
Mhm.
thing quickly is what I'm trying.
I think it involves
Tap
what
into.
skills Ted's character's good with.
Yeah, I know none of my talky skills are going to help, and I
Mhm.
is not going to help. The only other thing I'm good at is sleight of hand. So I'm
Try
out
and
here on a
persuade the
limb.
lava. Try and persuade the lava. It's not as hot as it thinks it is.
Like I said, I totally accept it if the answer is no, but I got to try.
No, not with sleight of hand. I'll
Okay.
bend pretty far on a lot of things. That one's a bit out of
Sure.
scope, but
I get it. I put it out.
I know.
Anyone got knowledge nature? Well, I mean nature,
yes.
not knowledge.
I do. I was going to try to use that because Prudence in kid form, when she jumps through and she's 10, her wings aren't muscled enough to fly, but she can glide. So I want to try to like have her like use nature to catch the updrafts.
The thermals.
Oh,
that?
that's absolutely reasonable.
Okay, cool.
Or I was gonna even say maybe you can find the crusty spots of the lava, it's like that were some.
Oh, that's a close call there. That's a 13.
13 is high enough to pass.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Cassius.
It's fine.
I'm not. It makes it better.
All right, so
Some
we've
days you
we've
can't roll a roll of
used
12.
we've used athletics and we've used knowledge, nature,
And acrobatics.
And acrobatics.
and acrobatics.
Yep.
So
Can I use investigation to find an easy way? Maybe the way I attempted to go was not optimal.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I need to investigate a path that is easier to find. Alrighty, I will investigate. 13. God bless. I have a +9, but I rolled a 4, but that's 13.
Yep, that is 13. So you managed to find an easier way to go about it. If you put your hands and feet on the bookshelf and then shimmy over and like get on one of the side tables, you can hop to the couch and just like move on over.
what about survival?
How will you use it?
So I mean, I'm not proficient, but I've been around Unga long enough to see how other things move by him tracking everything. So seeing how everyone else has been navigating this room, plot my best path.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my inspiration.
The tension is palpable.
I feel like the floor is lava is the hardest challenge I have lain before you guys so
Oh,
far.
thank God.
And that's my inspiration spent with a 10.
Okay. So no, you're drawing a blank. Fortunately, you didn't try anything that ended up landing you in the lava though.
Prudence will shout at Sin, try using Firebolt to rock it off. So she's trying to tell you to like use your Firebolt to like rocket off surfaces. So that'd be Arcana, maybe? I don't know.
I would allow Arcana for that.
Oh, that would be so fun, Prudence. Cassio, you suck.
All right. Well, how about this?
And your way's boring.
Would you allow, since
Wow.
Arcana is -1, if I used a Ray of Frost to try and do it, would I be able to do it at advantage?
Use Ray of Frost to try and create crusty spots to run across.
I mean, yeah, like
Iceman it.
yeah, that makes sense because then you'd be like pushing off of the lava. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's a 16.
Yeah, you get there. You get there. You're all on the other side now.
That spell's definitely not meant to be used that way, but it's so much more fun.
You made it. I knew you'd make it. And Prudence just like grabs you in a big hug. I knew we could do it. You guys are all great.
So who has lava in their house?
Well, when you look back, it's not lava anymore. It's just a normal living room floor.
I wonder if we could have used the door and made a raft.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that if I were you. The door is made of wood, says a voice from above.
The doll?
Yes,
Oh.
she's just sitting up there on top of the door, legs dangling.
I thought you were supposed to be hiding.
Was I?
Didn't you
No.
find you in the attic?
She's
No,
not
the
home.
marionette is in the attic. This is the doll that you were greeted by when you first walked in.
Oh,
The
okay.
little one. The little rag doll.
So, I mean, the thing is, creatures of the Feywild, my illusion magic is okay. Their arcana is much, much stronger than what I can produce.
I'm not an illusion.
Yes, you're more of a construct of life, an object given life, almost
No.
as an animate. No, oh,
I'm only allowed to tell you if you guess.
Hmm.
Did you wish upon a star?
Oh, many times, but that wasn't what happened.
are you a child soul?
Yes.
Dang it. This creature is vicious.
Mary said that you would play with the other children, and she hops down and like lands among you.
Do you like playing with Mary?
Sometimes, but she's kind of mean and her rules aren't always fair.
Hmm.
You're saying she's contrary?
Yes. And I kind of miss my
Grown-ups
dad.
Suck.
Well, I mean, she has to not always be fair because she makes those stupid trees. What's your name? And Prudence just like crouches down to eye level with the doll.
Annie, what's yours?
Annie, oh, wait, no names. Right, that's something Mom said. You can call me Prue.
Prue is good.
I want to open the door.
You open the door, and the room on the other side is legitimately a dark forest, and you can't really see the other side from where you're standing. And Annie just kind of leans over and like looks to the left and looks to the right and then up at Unga and goes, "Oh, I guess we're playing capture the flag."
I love Capture the Flag.
I hated capture the flag growing up.
Well, I like it too sometimes, but I don't so much like it here because the guys that we're playing against are, well, they turned into those tin soldiers, but they're like bigger than the ones that you buy at the toy store.
Then
Oh, good. Am I finally going to get to hit something?
Maybe.
I think I would know the rules. I think I know the rules of capture the flag growing up in the Feywild.
Wait a minute. Do we have a flag that they can capture?
Mhm.
Annie proceeds to hold up like just the tarp of fabric. It's red.
Are you going to be our flag bearer?
I didn't know that was a position.
It is. Here. Oh, wait a minute. Sheldon, no more backpack mode. And I will pick Annie up if they allow me to and put them on top of Sheldon.
She does allow this, and she's like, "Are you serious? You want me to be on your team?"
Yeah. Sheldon,
I always get picked last. I
don't
don't have
worry about it.
fingers.
If anything comes near you, Sheldon will pinch them. And
Okay.
if they get past Sheldon, then Shelly will pinch them, and she looks real fierce and starts clicking.
And so Annie will pull Shelly into her lap and like tie the flag around her head like a bandana with a lot of difficulty because again she doesn't have fingers, she has little mitten hands.
I feel like Shelly and Sheldon try and help her, but they have
Oh, no.
pinchers and not hands either.
So it is a comedy of errors as this doll and these crabs work to tie the thing. What are we doing? All right.
So, Cassius, I don't know
Yes.
what kind of opponents we're up against, but why don't we see if we can get the upper hand?
Yes. So the rules of capture the flag growing up were, as the name would suggest, first one to capture the flag wins. In terms of how to protect your flag, there were not many rules in that regard. Well, dealing with this creature, I have no idea if there's any modified
Oh,
versions.
I'm going to hit things until they stop moving, and then I'm going to pick up the flag.
if anything in the Feywild that I've learned, obscuring, distraction, deflection, should typically all be within the rules. So
Mhm.
why don't you make a flag? It's not really a flag. It is your specialty after all.
Ooh, that's sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh, we can
I
make a
could do
trap.
that.
We could make a trap.
When they come and get the flag that's not a flag, then we run out and hit them until they stop moving and take their flag.
They would be really stupid if they had their flag with them.
We can hit them all but one until they stop moving, and we can ask that one where it is. And if they don't tell us, Sheldon and Shelley just keep pinching them until they do.
Oh. They can't really talk. They're kind of made of metal.
Well then.
Oh, but I can tell you there will be 6 of them because there's 6 of us. That's how that works.
Okay. Maybe.
Does that mean that there should be 7 or 8? And what counts as a team?
No, a team is however many people are on each side. You can do this 1v1. It's just that it has to be the same.
The number must start the same, yes.
I count 7.
Oh, Shelly. Shelly's playing?
Well, she is Sheldon's familiar. Don't tell anybody, but he's a warlock.
I don't know what that means.
Sir, we
Oh.
don't either, but we know that because he has a familiar, he's one.
Well, by rules, then Shelly should be fine because it's attached to Sheldon.
I had a familiar too, but I haven't seen them in a very long time.
Well, maybe we can fix that later. I think we could do with a little bit of extra help. And she's going to put her hands together. And then when she pulls them apart, the shadows kind of invert briefly and everyone gets past without trace.
Nice.
All right, now we'll be even sneakier. So let's go find that flag.
All right.
And then Prudence is already running at this point. She's like ready to go.
All right.
So I cast my minor illusion to like.
All right. So we've got Cassius with the fake flag. We've got Prudence immediately going on the offensive. So what are your instructions for Annie, Unga, or Galason? Which of you wants to tell Vidal and Sheldon what they're doing?
Well, I was kind of with Pass Without a Trace on, I can be, as silent as all get out. So I was going to go try to see if I could locate the flag.
Okay.
And not be observed.
So Unga, I guess that makes you the instructor.
Yeah, so Sheldon is going to creep along, hiding with
Yes.
Annie, and with Pass Without Trace, he starts at a 19 for his hide. Or for his stealth.
Okay.
So he rolled really bad, so it's a 23.
All right. So they are staying near the walls, being kind of like sneaky on the periph. Are they instructed to depart from you?
No, I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna stay with them.
Okay. So Unga is playing near guard.
Yes.
All right. Well, in that case, what I'm gonna do here is have you guys give me an initiative roll.
How come I can roll good now?
Cassius, what do you got?
Ooh, 19.
19. Cassius. Unga.
Big 5.
I'm sorry, I heard 85. That can't be right.
It's very close. If you remove the first number, you're right on. So 5.
Just
He has a-
5. Okay.
Just 5.
He has a plus 65 and he crit it.
Prudence.
Or,
Oh, okay. Galason.
13.
Not bad. All right, Cassius, you're up first.
So
What's your passive, by the way?
perception, that will be a 14.
Okay, give me a roll for
Okay.
perception.
Back to rolling like garbage. 6.
Okay, so with a 14, you do see a couple of those tin soldiers kind of marching back and forth in front of this pillow fort that they made.
Oh boy.
And they're like
So-
back there on the other side. There's like kind of a door behind them, and they're guarding the door that has the flag tied to it. It's theirs is yellow.
Alrighty. Hopefully this goes well. You guys will never defeat us, bro. I've been playing this game since a child. As I whip my flag back and forward, and run.
And one of them yells back because it has been their turn. You are a child, and like runs after you. And as he's running, he's gonna like fire his fake musket at you. But the thing that comes sailing toward you is a beanbag, like a big full size beanbag, like the ones that you got at recess when you were a kid, right?
Oh,
like,
boy.
Does a 14 hit your AC?
I have a 15. Thank everything that lives.
Okay, so you do not get hit by this red beanbag. Galatian,
Alright.
you're up.
So do I see the pillow fort as well?
Yes.
All right. Well, I will begin stealth that direction.
I'm not sure if you heard, but like while that was all done, like I also dashed in and ran.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you were very far ahead.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want a stealth roll or not.
Please give it to me just so we can see how ludicrously high it is.
All right. It's I rolled pretty damn low on the die, so it's only a 21.
Only a 21.
I'm sorry, I rolled a 4.
Yeah, happens. All right, so you are sneaking up on this very colorful pillow fort. You've got the one tin soldier that stayed to guard the entrance, and you can see another one back there behind the cushion walls.
Okay. But from the outside, I don't see a flag.
No, you the flag is around the handle of the door.
Okay.
And the door is okay. So imagine that you've got like the little square of like pillows, and then like behind them is the door. Like they built it around the door frame, more or less.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I have actions or turn left. But
Give me a perception check before you tell me what you're about to say.
Sure. That's only going to be a 13.
Okay. Continue.
All right. So I would like to mage hand and see if I can lightly tug on the flag just to see how well secured it is.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty well tied. You get the impression that the 10 soldiers were slightly older kids that were brought here.
Sure. Okay. Well, then I will remain in my hiding spot until the next go.
Okay.
So I guess we're like creeping around the perimeter. Do we see any of the tin soldiers yet?
Yeah, you see one of them chasing Cassius and throwing a beanbag, but he doesn't really throw it. He fires his fake musket and it just comes sailing out.
So
It
he's
shouldn't
running.
have bitten there. You don't even think that thing has a hole in it.
Oh. So I also rolled poorly and had disadvantage on my stealth check, so it's a 22.
Okay.
I want to just step out of my hiding and poleaxe him. Well, with my axe.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Is that advantage?
Yeah, Cassius is close enough. Or no, Cassios dashed and the Tin Man didn't. So no, he's not close enough.
No, I meant not from flanking or anything like that, because I was in hiding.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sorry. I
No
forgot you were
worries.
stealthed.
That is a 28.
Yes, you hit.
Yeah.
Very soundly.
That is only 7 points.
Okay. So your weapon clangs against the hard exterior of this Tin Man. You make a slight dent, but he mostly just kind of looks at you, and if those dead toy eyes could give you an absolutely done expression, that is what is happening right now.
Nice. Well, fortunately, I got another shot. It's a 22 to hit.
Yes.
For 13 more damage.
Okay. Prudence.
Prudence, seeing that there is only one kid now guarding the pillow fort, right?
There's two. There's one behind the walls, but you can only see one from where you are.
Okay. Well, she is going to run out to the to where that kid is, and she's gonna say, "Hey, guess what? Fire!" And she's just gonna throw fire at him.
So he looks up and suddenly there's fire, but as you're throwing fire, it kind of becomes one of those red bean bags.
I'm okay with that. So produce flame, that is a 23 to hit.
Okay, you absolutely hit. How much damage do you do?
I do 6 fire damage, or beanbag damage, as the case may be.
Yeah, he's reamed in the face by this beanbag and reels a little bit. Is that your turn?
I would like to bonus action hex him now.
Okay.
Because I should have done that before, but I didn't, so I'm going to do it now. And I would like to hex his wisdom.
Yeah,
I am just imagining you shouting jinx as you do it.
Yep, that's exactly what she does too. She's like, "Oh, by the way, jinx," and just this little sigil that looks like her hand making this symbol goes over his forehead briefly.
Ah, you gave me cooties. Cassius.
Yep, sure did. What are you gonna do about it?
Cassius, you're up.
Oh, okay. So in the spirit of messing around and with these people again with the flag waving it back and forth, you guys cannot catch me. As again, dashing and heading out as far away as I can get,
You have now collected 2 more tin soldiers that are chasing you that have come out from behind trees to do so.
Nice. Love it.
Gleason.
All right. So I can see which one that Prudence just hexed. So I want to, from behind the tree over here, I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers on the other one. So they have to make a Wisdom save, DC 16.
And that's at disadvantage, right?
I don't think there's any disadvantage about it.
Because of Hex.
Hex
I would
ability checks.
That would just be ability checks, but I'm doing this to the other one because there's 2 out front of the flag.
Oh, right. This is the one that isn't. Well, it's okay. He got a 9 anyway.
All right. So I don't know how he's affected, by my jibes. So maybe I just him, poorly. He takes 14 points of psychic damage, and he has to immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far as away with his speed, as far away as his speed allows.
Which is to the other side of the pillow fort.
And then I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna kind of slink up to to the side so that I can be able to grab the flag on my next.
Okay. Unga.
You know what? He doesn't know that he doesn't know the 10 soldiers are children, other children. So he's just gonna keep wailing away on this one.
No, that's totally okay. Like you know how the spells keep becoming beanbags as you cast them? Yeah, your axe is nerfed. It's fine. Go on.
There's a 16 hit.
Yes.
That's 11 and a dirty 20 to hit. So that's another 10 points of damage.
Yeah, he's yelling uncle.
Then lay down and stay there.
Which he does. Prudence.
So Prudence, how is the kid still reeling a little bit?
Yeah, from the fire, absolutely.
Okay. She is going to then I want to do something weird and I'm not sure if you're going to let me do it.
Okay, by all means, run it by me.
She wants to dig her claws into the ground, cast mold earth to make it sand, and just throw it in his eyes.
Yeah, I'll absolutely allow that.
Okay, yeah. So she just digs into the stone, and as she does, it turns into sand, and she just like throws it in his eyes.
Okay.
And she's like, "Can't see me."
And he well and truly can't. He's like shaking his head really hard because these things don't have eyelids. They don't actually have proper eyes either, but like he remembers.
And I want to try to like give Sin some kind of like signal to go, 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 go.
All right, Sin, you see Prudence like nodding to the door.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I get a turn again, that's the dealy deal.
All right, Cassius.
Alrighty. At this point in time, I will be using Mislead. I become invisible at the same time as an illusionary double of me appears where I was standing. Hey, I gotta double back it at some point, you know what I mean? But concentration up for an hour.
So the you who's holding a fake flag sends a fake you with an even faker flag in another direction.
Yes. As I become invisible with fake flag, because as a illusion wizard, minor illusion no longer requires my concentration. So yes. And I'm double timing it back to the rest of the group as they're letting this like wild ass goose chase.
All right, Cassius, you find Unga first.
Okay. So I guess I'm invisible. He's like, Unga, I'm here. And that
Where?
was my turn.
And then Sheldon just points to right where you are. And so does
I
Shelly.
can see you.
That's right, crabs have tremor sense.
Yeah, they have blind sight. At the 30 feet.
and turn.
All right. So one of the 10 men is like just lying on the ground because he's been beaten into submission by Unga. The other, like 2 of them are chasing after illusionary Cassius. One of them is feared and hiding in the corner of the pillow fort. One of them is sand in his eyes and like kind of shaking his head back and forth. One of them has not been dealt with, however. And that one is shooting a beanbag at Prudence.
Uh-oh.
For a total of 10.
Nope.
This die is going in timeout and I'm getting a new one. Okay. That said, it's Galayson's turn.
All right, I'm gonna go up and untie the flag.
Yeah? I mean, that's guy's blinded. Like he can try to hit you, but he's got major disadvantage, and yeah, that's 10 too. So you got the flag. Like you pulled this thing off the handle, and the trees and the dense forest kind of vanish and leave you in a dining room with like a pillow fort built around the door on the far side. And it seems much smaller now. Like you can all see each other and all of the 10 soldiers are like arranged. And it's like you've been playing pretend in here and things suddenly went back to normal when the game ended.
Do I have something that represents the flag? Is it like in a cozy or something?
Yeah, it's just a yellow scarf.
Are the 10 soldiers still soldier sized, or are they like toy size?
They're toy sized now.
I want to scoop them up and put them in my pouch. I'll put them in my
Okay.
snake bag.
They're like clinging to your fingers as you're doing this and like trying to stab you with their tiny bayonets, but like your hide is too thick for them to really penetrate, so you managed to do this fairly easily.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Is the little doll still here?
Yes. She's still sitting on Sheldon's back.
Cassius, you're so good at capture the flag. That was amazing.
Well, I had to run away from bullies growing up, and
Somebody
yeah,
bullies you?
that was a long time ago.
Who does it? Who does it? I'll fight him. Who does it?
Not here now, but if we get back home, I'll point them out.
Okay. I'll
I
beat
mean,
him up.
we're already in the Feywild. We can just go over there where you grew up.
We
Go-
could.
go
We
to
could
my
go
old
beat him up
neighborhood.
right now.
I can bully your bullies if you want.
Hell yeah. But I do require a bit of a rest, if possible.
We're on a time limit here.
Yes, there will be no rest.
We have 24 hours. I'm just requesting a singular one.
No.
No, she said until sunrise.
Oh, I thought I heard. Okay, forget it. Carry out.
Prudence will look at Unga and be like, tag team leader, definitely, right?
I put up my hand for a high five.
She will jump up and slap it really hard.
I love the energy that is younger Prudence.
Oh yes, Prudence grew more reserved with time.
So I guess these are the other games we're playing? Capture the flag, the floor is lava.
We're trying to get to the attic. So I think each room brings us closer to the attic.
This house is laid out really weird, and I opened the door.
So we need to get up. Can we go up?
Well, on the other side of the door is a staircase, but sitting on top of that staircase is a monkey with symbols.
Ooh, I don't like monkeys.
Hi.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello. Welcome to your penultimate game. My name is Simon. Guess what we're playing?
Capture the flag, second round.
Incorrect.
Musical chairs.
Mother may I?
Incorrect.
Monkey
Simon
see, monkey
says
do.
we're playing Simon Says.
Oh,
I knew it.
Well, I mean, if you say it, isn't it always Simon Says if your name's Simon?
Only if I say Simon Says first.
This game
Those
is
are the
very
rules. I
confusing.
didn't make them.
So what does Simon say?
Simon says, stick your tongue out.
So Prudence will stick her tongue out.
Stick my tongue out.
And both Shelly and Sheldon tried to, but I don't think crabs have tongues.
Oh,
They're like,
And
They blow
Prudence has a
bubbles.
forked tongue.
Simon says, tell me a secret.
Oh. Who's going first?
wait, I thought we're not supposed to tell them stuff here.
We have to. So when I was this, are we aware of that we're children and we have our adult memories, or are we just
Yes.
children at this point? And this-
Yeah, you have the knowledge and you have everything on your character sheets. You still remember how to cast all your spells and everything, so there's no reason why you wouldn't remember things from when you were an adult. You just have your child personality. But by the way, when you stuck your tongue out, you moved up a step There are 8 steps,
Oh,
so just throwing that out there.
okay. So when he says that, Prudence gets like really sad, and it's almost like the words are like forced out of her. And she's like, when I was this age, I really tried to present confidence because I wasn't very confident in my magic. And then
You
she
are
just
now-
like covers her mouth.
Oh, you are now on the 2nd step.
I learned illusion magic not because it's what you do in the Feywilds, because I never wanted to be seen.
You are now on the 2nd step as well.
Cool.
I crave a life away from court.
2nd step.
Unga switches the giant. I might be evil.
Okay. You are now all on the 2nd step, and Simon clangs his cymbals and does this delighted little chittering giggle. Pat your head. Simon says, pat your head. And now you're all on the 3rd step. And he's like banging the cymbals and seems to like be cocking his head back and forth, trying to think. We need a doozy. What's a good doozy? Simon says, Simon says, pinch your brother.
We can't because we can't hurt one another. And briefly, like Prudence like realizes adult voice, what?
I say pinches don't hurt as I reach over and pinch Cassius.
You're on the 4th step. But things kind of glitch a little bit when you do it.
I pinched Galatians back, like.
And you're
Dude.
on the 4th step, and things glitch a little bit again. And this time they stay a little bit fuzzy.
How dare you pinch him? And she reaches forward and pinches Galatian.
It's all 1 point of damage. It's like, oh!
Shelly, Sheldon, and Unga all pinch Cassio.
I imagine 2 crabs just. Oh!
And as you guys are doing this, Annie is looking more and more nervous as like it keeps glitching a little bit, and like things like it's almost like there are little glitchy patches on the walls now
Like,
after that. And Simon even looks a little bit
I-
uncertain on his monkey face.
so I literally just yelled, Shelly, we're not related.
She just didn't want to feel left out.
Is she afflicted by the rules of the game? Or just us?
No, she's just been dying to pinch someone.
Oh,
Annie doesn't have any fingers.
No, but I have a thumb.
Oh, okay, that works. I hold out my arm.
You're not my brother.
Oh, yeah, I guess that doesn't work.
But that's okay, I'm not playing this round anyway. I'm just on for the ride.
So what is this weirdness? What's going on?
Oh, well, Simon broke the rules. And then you guys went along with Simon breaking the rules, so now the rules are broken and everything is kind of fraying around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's good for us though, because we didn't break the rules yet.
yeah.
But we went along with the breaking of the rules. This is like the time Cassio broke the magic door.
So Simon like continues, and like it's like every time he's not talking, he's just sitting there clanging his cymbals together in thought. And he's kind of looking at the glitchy patches on the walls and then back at you guys. Simon says, make me a promise.
Sure.
I promise not to kill you in the next 5 seconds, even though I really want to because of those banging cymbals.
5th step.
And then she, like, when she takes the 5th step, she makes a little fireball and starts tossing it and snuffs it.
I promise to get out of here.
Okay, 5th step.
What
But the
happens? If,
glitches on the edges are spreading just a little bit.
what happens if we break our promise?
Bad things.
I had incentive to get out of here then.
Huh. Annie,
Yes.
is Simon one of the other children?
Yes. All of the toys are, except for Mary.
Simon, do you want to be here?
No.
Then I promise to get you out.
5th step.
Everybody's looking at me, and Sin is just kind of flustered at all of this going on. Mind reeling with too much information in his 10-year-old body. And he looks to looks to his siblings and spends a little bit more time with Unga. I agree with my dear brother. I promise I will help get you out of here.
And you move up a step too. And Simon is nodding, and he continues to bang his little cymbals, and he says, Simon says, show me your best pose.
So
Alrighty.
Prudence,
Uga's gonna do a one-handed handstand and stick out his tongue.
That is very impressive. The cymbal banging kind of sounds like applause for a second.
So Sin will spread his hands, and lights begin to kind of dance around as I cast dancing lights, and do like the Picard tuck kind of deal, and straighten myself up to exactly what grandfather would want.
Boo, that's a terrible pose, but if it's your best one, I guess that's all we can expect. 7th step.
So what Cassius is gonna do is use, minor illusion, some illusion magic to kind of make it look like he's giving him with his cloak, kind of giving himself a green screen effect, floating head type deal, and then goes down, he lays down, magician's pose, laying down like sup, it's magic.
Chittering monkey laugh. You are now on the 7th step, Prudence.
Prudence will spread her wings as best she can and like raise out her arms and give like a stereotypical, like if you've ever watched 1990s gargoyles, that kind of pose.
Oh, I love gargoyles. Yes. Wiggle your fingers. Very good. It's hard to trick you guys. Simon says, find Mary and hand her butt to her. And Simon proceeds to move out of the way, and the door opens on a very cluttered attic.
How big is Simon?
Like about the size of a doll. I'm like looking around to see if I've got something comparable size here, but all of Rowan's stuffies are in his playpen. Like about, yeah, something like that. Good job, Ted.
I want to
Thank you for saving the day with a rust monster.
I want to pluck him up as we go by and drop him into the bag of holding.
Okay, that you do. So this attic is very cluttered, and the last round is a game of hide and seek. You can see out the window the colors of the dawn starting to tinge the sky. So here's the deal. We're going to keep the same initiative that we had for the capture the flag round. You guys are going to be thrown into another skill challenge. You have 5 rounds to reach a certain threshold of successes, find the marionette, and get out.
Okay.
Wait, is magic allowed here?
Yes.
Alrighty. In that case, going to.
How big is this room?
It's pretty standard attic size. It's like, we're gonna go with 15 feet across and 30 feet back. And it's full of stuff. Like, packed into every corner. There's boxes all over the place. There's like a big grandfather clock in one corner, like a trunk against the far wall. It's covered in like books and stuff. There's a piano in here with like things crammed on top and underneath the bench. Like there's music sitting on top of it. There are like a row of creepy dolls on a shelf that don't appear to have anybody in them yet. As a matter of fact, there are 4 creepy dolls on the shelf and a couple of stuffed crabs next to them.
Can I use I guess Arcana to see if I obviously heard of Mary before. I don't believe in any sort of fairy tale. She has a particular spot she's fond of. Maybe use Arcana to try to remember, or would that be history? Or
Arcana would definitely work for that. But history could also work for that, whichever one you want to use, because remember, you're taking it off the board for everyone else.
Okay. I have a 15.
Okay. That is precisely what you need to pass. So what you know
thank Jesus.
Is that wherever she is, she will be near a reflective surface.
Relay that information to everyone else, like, guys, I don't know where she might be, but shiny reflective surfaces, she loves to hide there. I had 19 as an initiative count. I don't know who else had.
Oh yeah, it's Gleason next. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I tell everyone like to kind of back up, and I look to the nice other half of the room, and I go shatter. So 10 foot radius sphere. As second level spell slots, so I gotta upcast it to 3rd.
Okay.
A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw, but everything in the area is going to take 3d8 thunder damage.
Okay, you have broken many things. Like lots of broken glass back there. All the creepy dolls that were on the thing have broken, except for the crabs. Those were made of cloth. They don't break. But like the glass that was in the display case, just on the floor, shards everywhere.
I don't know if that lowers the difficulty with less area for her to, hide in or behind or what have you, but.
All right. Are you gonna
Ted,
use
did you
a
say
skill?
you upcasted it?
I cast it to 3rd level, yeah.
Then it would be 4d8 if it matters.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 4d8 damage.
Okay. So yeah, tons of broken stuff in the back half of the room. Is that your turn?
Is it? Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Unga.
I want to just start scoop shoveling things with my arms and throwing them out the window to clear out some of the clutter.
Okay, what skill is that?
Athletics maybe?
I'll let you use athletics for that.
Or if you want me to use sleight of hand as I'm sifting, I don't care.
No, I think athletics is fine if you're just like grabbing things and chucking them out a window. You are
Alright.
defenestrating. Unfortunately, that is not its own skill.
So that's a 15.
Yeah, that is exactly what you need to pass. And that is another success added to your list of successes. Prudence.
So, Prudence will look at Annie, look at her brothers, and she'll say, Mary, Mary. And then she will summon a flame blade that looks like it's made of like blue, purple, and pink coalescing fire. And she'll say, Mary, get out here.
Damn. Okay. Rules are rules. She comes crawling and like you can see her body twisting as she like pulls herself out of one of those shattered pieces of glass on the floor, like just crawling up into the room, oozing into it, twisting, turning, and like as the different parts of her come out of this piece of glass, they almost pop as they come into a space that they fit in, and she just expands as she crawls across the floor toward you and like rises to about eye level. And she's like, usually when you call me, there's a price to be paid for it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to pay the price because Simon said to kick your butt.
All right, let me drop her into the initiative order. This has just become a combat.
Yep.
And
Poggers.
you guys now have 4 rounds to beat her, as per the rules. So Cassios, would you like to open?
Well, I mean, if I need to, sure. I'll start off with some synaptic static. Can she please make an intelligence saving throw? 17 DC.
She rolled an 18 on the die.
Okay. 26 points of damage cut in half is 13. A lot of poggers things would have happened if she failed, but it's all cools. All right, 13 points of psychic damage.
Okay, 13 points of psychic damage. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Galason.
so what does she seem to be made of again?
Wood.
Wood.
Yes.
Then we are going to call forth some fire. Three. All right, so I'm going to blast her with fire 5 times.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right, let's see here. Why can't I stay still? Thank you. All right, so we got 2 that are definitively misses, a 25, a 25, and a 25.
Okay. Yes, you hit 3 times. Let's go.
10, 22 is 25 points of fire damage.
And it should not surprise you that that doubles up to 50 because she is very much vulnerable to fire. And she's shrieking as the various parts of her start to catch flame and ignite. And she just turns on you and shrieks, "You insolent whelp," and then claws at your face with like suddenly very long and bladed fingers.
Howie, I don't really like that.
Does 15 hit your AC?
It's a 15, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you did say we have 4 turns, so.
right, that will be 13 slashing damage. And then Unga's up. Oh, also, it's it will be 13 slashing damage, and you were blinded for the next round. Now Unga's
Okay.
up.
All right, so Unga is gonna reach for his snake bag and begin shaking it out, and lets out a little bit of a surprise yelp when 8 wolves pour out of it. How did you guys get in there? Well, whatever. Play fetch as I cast conjure animals and summon 8 wolves.
Okay, you have summoned 8 wolves. Do they get to act this round?
They do.
Okay. Go for it. Let's go.
Let's see. That's a 21 to hit. That's a, let's see. Don't close. So 21 hits. Yes, no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is 8 points of damage. And we got a 20.
That hits.
And come on. 6 points of damage.
Okay,
Oh my god. It's a 23.
that hits.
Is a 19 hit?
Yes.
Alright. I owe you 2 damages. Unfortunately, D&D Beyond for some reason keeps closing the window. That's 7.
Okay.
It would be much more convenient if it just left it open. And that is 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, that's a miss. I think with 10, even with pack tactics. Let's see. That's a 7, but let's see. Pack tactics. I think I used all the good rolls. Oh, nope. That's going to be a 21. This is why people hate summoners. 7.
I'm just not the worst.
That's a 22.
That hits. Dave, for next round, I'm just gonna let you know her AC is 17, so you can just pre-roll and have this ready when I get back around to you.
Okay, that's 4 points of damage, and the last one. And I'm only rolling the pack tactics if the first roll's bad. So you said
No,
AC 17.
Yes.
Okay, and the last one misses.
Okay. Prudence.
Okay, Prudence is going to start by bonus action hexing her. And
Okay.
I will hex her wisdom again.
Okay. Wisdom is hexed.
And then I would like to use my action to make an attack with my flame blade.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, that is not going to hit, so I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that because I didn't roll great. It was a 16, which is just shy of what I need, I'm pretty sure. And that's a 19.
That hits.
So then I will roll 3d6. Okay, that is 11 damage. 11 fire damage.
Okay. Which rounds up to 22. Good. Okay. So back to the top of the order. You guys are now you've got this round and then 2 rounds after to whittle her down before you're stuck here. At the top
Unintended?
of,
Pun intended?
yes. At the top of the order, she lets out a shriek as a lair action, and I'm going to need everyone to give me Constitution saving throws.
the other thing wizards are good at.
That's why you got to be a sorcerer.
Right.
14.
15.
18.
4. Okay, so Cassius and Prudence, you are both going to take 8 psychic damage from that scream. And then Cassius is up.
Oh, you witch! As I hurl a fire bolt at her direction.
Okay.
He's gonna miss, unfortunately. And that will be my turn.
Listen.
Rinse, repeat. See a 17. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. $27 fire damage.
And have you already doubled that or no?
No.
Okay.
So,
So 54.
yeah, 54. Because, I'm looking at
Yeah, she's
numbers.
looking in pretty bad shape now. There are like bits of the wood that are burned through. She's like smoldering. It is devouring her a little bit at a time. And because you are the person that is causing her all this pain, she is going to continue slashing at you, Galatian. And a 15 does hit your AC.
Can
Yeah,
I woe? Can I use my reaction now that I've moved in combat to use my woe ability?
Yes.
So
does that do?
I will remove a d6 from that. So
Okay.
she gets 2 less.
13?
13 still hits.
Ah, dang. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ted.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the assist here, but armor class is not something I've got. I mean, I'm walking around in pretty clothes. That's about it.
16 slashing to your inner child.
Howie.
Unga.
The wolves do 41 points of damage with 5 of the 8 hitting and 1 critting. And
Okay.
Is she still up?
Yes.
Good. So Unga will now attack with his axe.
All right.
After casting Hunter's Mark. 13 is going to be a miss. And that's a 20. Not 20. So that is going to be well, that kind of sucks.
That's rocking.
So we're at 10. Plus I'm a half orc, so I get to roll the die again, and Hunter's Mark damage. So another 17, 27 total slashing damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
So I all 5 wolves, like, one has the head, one and each has a limb, and they're like pulling it in all directions, and then Unga just steps in the center and just splits it, down the center.
There is a moment. There is a moment where it looks like she is rolling her head back to see how far it would take her to get to the glass, and you see the moment the hope dies in her eyes when she realizes she is already in the Feywild. And the marionette body in front of you like cracks open, and the fire just flares and like devours what's left of the wood, leaving only a pair of glass eyes lying on the attic floor.
With that, Unga kind of shrugs and holds his snake bag open and kind of gestures for the wolves to get in. And it's just a regular bag. It's not the bag of holding. And they do the doggy crawl and each go in one at a time. And he closes it up.
That said, there's a disturbance in your bag of holding.
Oh no! I opened the bag of holding.
And 7 boys just kind of come tumbling out of it. Six of them are a little bit older and look a little bit like scuffed up, like clearly street kids. One of them is wearing glasses and looks to be a couple years younger, like he might be about 12. You guys have returned to your adult selves, and in place of where Annie was, now sits a 6-year-old girl just kind of hanging out on Sheldon's back.
How long have you all been here?
I don't know. Time kind of flows differently, doesn't it? It could have just been a week. We could have been here for years. I don't know how many nights it's been. We don't always sleep. And this is like Simon explaining as he's like cleaning his glasses on his shirt and putting them back on.
Well, when we get you out of here, I know a place where you will be safe and you can get a warm meal and a soft bed until you decide you want to stay or you find somewhere else to be. And then she looks to everyone else. Issa won't mind having guests, and there are plenty of rooms in the inn.
Unga's like nodding along until you say Issa and the inn. Oh, you're not gonna. I thought we were gonna take them to the pirate ship.
Well, I mean, these children aren't accustomed to that life.
I mean, your idea is probably better.
The tin soldiers, or the boys that were the tin soldiers, kind of look like they were at one point. Like they're pretty smudged up and stuff. And when you say pirate ship, they all look kind of interested, but they'll go with whatever it is you want to do.
Are they generally human, mixed race?
Yeah.
What's okay?
Yeah, they're all human.
So were you all taken by that tree?
Not at the same time. But yes.
Do you know where you were taken from? I mean, we could attempt to get you to where you belong as opposed to just wherever happenstance.
So Simon straightens a little bit and tells you that he is from a little town by the side of the river. Doesn't really have a proper name. The boys that were the tin soldiers are from a place called Portmanteau, which would probably sound familiar to Unga because he's been there before for quite a significant amount of time, actually. And Annie has no idea. She couldn't tell you where she lives.
Well, I think you guys would much rather go and see Issa than back where you came from, addressing the 6 boys.
Yeah, probably. It's not like there's anybody there waiting for us.
There's food.
Food's good. Yeah, food's good. And they like, conferring with each other and nodding like this is the best thing.
And there are creepy candles and spiders and bats. And she just like starts describing all the creepy aspects that she thinks are endearing.
Which the boys are very into, but now Annie is crying.
Oh, no. It's fine, dear. These spiders are fake. They don't eat you like the giant ones that you find in caves.
I literally pull up my hand. It's like this. It's just magic. And whisk away the space. Not gonna hurt anybody.
Do you like bats?
Give me persuasion, both of you. And she's like shaking her head. She does not like bats at all.
Finally, a good roll, but it wasn't in combat. 22.
Persuasion is 21.
So she calms down enough to get out that, like, I miss my dad. Is he there?
Who's your dad?
Well, he's a lumberjack.
Oh, well, we don't know, but we can certainly look for him if you want that.
And she nods very seriously.
Well, I'll need more than lumberjack to go off of there.
Do you have anything from home or of his?
And she kind of reaches into her shirt and like pulls her necklace off over her head and holds it up to you, and it's like this little locket.
Well, I bet a wizard could use that to find your dad. And then I look at Cassio.
Yeah. Like, I'm actually thinking like, so he looks like this, and I project a minor illusion of her father.
Yeah,
Help.
you can get the image from the inside of the locket, and there's a picture of her and both of her parents in there. It's nobody that you know, but he's rather a large, bearded fellow. As a matter of fact, you're pretty sure that man's a dwarf because his wife is taller than him. She's human. The little girl looks pretty human.
Okay. Alrighty. By
You don't
any
miss your mom?
chance,
Oh, she's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought my mom and dad were dead too.
Well, I'm actually not entirely sure what that means, just that she's not coming back.
Was it a spider?
No, she was a person.
No. Is that how she died, from a spider?
No?
You seem to really not like spiders. I thought maybe.
Oh. No, I don't like spiders. They're creepy. Bats are creepy. Webs are creepy. There's a lot of creepy things here too. I just want to go home.
Well, Prudence will get you home. She's good at doing things like that.
Let's get these children through the ring of mushrooms, and actually, maybe we can get Annie to her family more quickly. And she produces the black candle from her bag.
Oh,
It will mean a much longer trek back to Luster, but we could get her back where she belongs.
And that candle will know where to go?
It should.
Okay, let's do it.
yeah.
And so she'll just kind of like lift Annie up and say, it's okay if you don't like bats and spiders and webs. We're still going to get you home.
oh my God. Take a point of inspiration. That was incredibly heartwarming. It actually cost the party quite a bit. All right. So, the house seems pretty stable, and it is just a normal house when you leave the attic, and the layout seems to have changed to something far more reasonable, since the core of the house is no longer here. But once you leave, you find that the outside is now overgrown by vines and such. Like whatever she was doing to keep this place as pristine as it was is no longer in effect.
Is there anything inside that looks interesting on our way out, since there's apparently no one that claims this place as their own anymore?
Bag of marbles, all kinds of different colors, and when you pick them up, they sort of seem to shimmer with what you think are dreams.
Well, I will take the bag of marbles then.
Somebody lost their marbles.
It is very good of all of you to be willing to go out of our way like this for the children. So, yes. And she'll just like leave, like she doesn't know what to say.
We do.
So
Someone who's been homesick, I get it.
your trek back is fairly uneventful. You get back to the fairy ring, you get, back to the Blackleaf Forest. Things are pretty quiet. It's nighttime.
It is.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I have not felt this bad in quite some time. You see just my, all of my clothing are, or my shirt is in tatters, there's slash marks everywhere. And, I'm at a third of my hit points, so I definitely could use with a rest. I say we get back to grandfather's and have a lie down, get these kids some nice place to rest, a good meal in them, and we can
Oh, yes.
get things moving in the morning.
That sounds like a plan. we could send the others that plan to go to Luster off with perhaps Lurza or someone capable and older, able to escort them there and take Annie back to her family.
Speaking of Lurza, you don't see her around. Like, you came out on the other side of this fairy ring, and the fairy ring is very much still here, and the forest doesn't look that different, but you'd think she would have waited.
Huh. Are there tracks?
No. I mean, unless you want to roll for survival and see if you can find any.
I'll take a look, since I think at this point Unga will probably start getting a little concerned that Lurs is missing. Because we told her to wait for us. Well, that's a 25 on a nat 20.
Nice.
You do find tracks, but they're a week old if they're a day. And they're a bit big for Lurza. You also find, as you're looking around, that someone has erected a barricade around the area.
How big is the barricade?
You know, it's about 3 feet tall. There's spikes facing outward. You know, there's a little area that you can kind of squeeze through.
Vegetation look different?
Give me nature.
Yeah, that's somebody else's area of expertise. That's a 10.
Well, you do notice that there is a caterpillar nest in one of the trees, and it wasn't there before. You would have remembered one that size.
Oh gosh.
We were only gone a handful of hours by our opinion, correct?
Yes.
Can I use nature and specifically look to see if the forest is more lush and overgrown? Because I made it lush and overgrown for like miles last time.
Yes, go ahead.
All
Can I
right.
give advantage as well.
That was a 16 for a dirty 20.
Okay. Yes, the forest is a little bit lush and overgrown, and you definitely know that your magic had a hand in making that happen. This is further than it should be for a matter of hours.
So it's been like a year at least, because that spell takes a year to do all that. So Prudence will say as much and remind everybody of the thing. We should get to Sin's grandfather's house quickly.
Who put
Well,
this?
find no argument here.
So the barricade, is it like almost like to keep people away from the mushroom ring, or?
Yes.
So with that, I'll do a phantom steed, turn myself into a jockey, and like, let's go.
Wait a minute. Should we leave this ring here?
Are we going to get rid of it?
Well, they're just mushrooms. We'll just cut them off.
I don't think it works that way.
Suppose someone else went through and needs to come back.
Yeah, but suppose more trees come through to kidnap kids.
Well, they can't because we won our game.
Well, I look at Cassius. Is that the only dangerous thing in the Feywild?
There's many dangers from the Feywild, but if you're concerned about kidnapping kids, we kind of dealt with that.
Okay, someone else seems like they don't want things to come out. But the points are facing outward away,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or is someone trying to defend this position?
I think it's to prevent others from going towards the ring.
I mean, you can just walk through.
Toss a rock at it.
Maybe they should have put up a sign or something, like beware, danger, something.
You toss the rock at the barricade, or you toss the rock at the fairy ring?
Fairy ring. See what's happening. Like,
It disappears.
okay. God, toss another rock at the barricade.
I mean, it just pings off the wood.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna navigate my way through the barricade and begin heading back towards my grandfather's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hold up the bag of holding. What if we scoop the fairy ring into this magic bag? Then no one can wander in.
Wait a minute! Literally, as I start galloping, wait! I don't know if anybody was riding me, but I was like, wait a minute! I'm full speed straight at Unga. And I'm like, no!
What?
No!
You are cut off by an illusionary centaur.
What's wrong, brother?
Nay!
You don't
Take a point of inspiration. Continue.
you don't want to keep the fairy ring? Maybe we can use it later, keep things from wandering in and out.
Do you value your stuff and existence as we know it?
What do you mean?
Unga.
I was just gonna take it and
No, you can't take two negatives and put them together because that's no, Unga, you're gonna cause a humongous explosion. Who knows what will happen?
I look at Prudence, skeptical. Is he right? He did break your door.
He is absolutely right. In fact, think about it like this. This fairy ring is fire. Your bag is that black powder that Vence people are experimenting with that goes big boom.
So Unga gives it a thoughtful look for a moment. How big?
Big enough to kill you and all of us and the children.
Oh.
And
That's
Sheldon
pretty big.
and Shelley and all the animals in the area.
So it's a bad idea.
Yes.
Well,
Worse than making a deal with a hag.
You know, I'm not sure at this point.
Like, we actually stopped and think, I don't know which one is worse. Actually, I think this is pretty bad. I would say a deal with a hag is not as bad as putting a bag in a dimension.
I think it would be fun to see if Cassios can beat Sheldon and Shelley in a race. And she's like clearly trying to change something to get Unga away from here and interested.
Yeah. So he gives the ring and the bag one last wistful look, tucks the bag of holding back in, and follows after Cassios.
Like, come on, man. Even along the way, like I kind of make like an illusion of like a trail of crabs, like almost like I don't know if you guys ever seen the crab rave, but it's like they're literally just like as we're all jumping around away from this situation.
So while all of that was going, I was already in
All right.
back to the house. Now, obviously, I don't have the advanced movement speed of a fake centaur or a experienced woodsman like Unga. So they'll obviously catch up to me without a problem.
And as I come up, I extend my hand, Galacid, and to kind of whisk you on my back, if you would.
I'm an experienced rider, so
You are indeed an experienced rider. And so the pair of you get back to the house a little bit before everybody else, and you find two figures fencing in the garden out front. And they've got the masks on, so you're not entirely sure who you're looking at first. But they seem to be pretty good at it. Like, this is a pair of sparring partners that are experienced fighting each other.
okay. So I'll dismount as we kind of come up to the house, and en route, I try to clean myself up as much as possible. But there's no way that things are gonna just be like, yeah, this is all all hunky dory. But I'm gonna just call out, see who responds.
So you do that, and there is an immediate cease of the clanging of steel. The first mask to come off reveals your mother kind of like sweaty underneath there. And she didn't know how to fight with a sword before,
Sure.
but she's gotten pretty good over the course of the past at least year. And she immediately rushes over to you.
Yeah, I mean, she had talked about, wanting to become an adventurer, so this is not really all that shocking. And she's young enough for elven standards that she could certainly, have 800 years more to go do this. So,
and she grabs you and pulls you into a hug, and she's like, we weren't sure if you were ever coming back or when you were coming back. And you can see behind her that the other person is Talus and has taken her mask off too.
So for us, it has only been a handful of hours. How long were we gone?
She glances back at Talus. Talus says exactly 370 days.
Have you seen Lurza around by chance?
Yeah, she's been pretty serious about going back and watching for you guys every day.
Oh, she wasn't there today.
Oh no, sun's already down. Your mom expects her home.
I don't know what state the house is, and I say, to my mother and to Talus, please forgive the state of my arrival, but we've got some children that need food and a place to rest before we get them to where they need to be.
And your mother is already like pulling you off to the side, but Talus kind of like steps in, holds up a hand. She's like, you need healing before you do anything else. And like her hand starts to glow with that like silver light. Paladin lay on hands.
Sure.
Get 20 hit points back. And what are the rest of you doing?
We're not going to do anything before tomorrow, right?
Wasn't planning on doing anything other
Good.
than
I'll be back by then, and then I sprint off towards the orc village.
Okay. Yeah, and you'll get there to find them sitting around a fire singing something. Your mom is sitting there. She's got Marzan like sitting in front of her. Lurza's kind of leaning against a post a little bit away from the main group, looking a little bit dejected, but she does notice you coming and almost knocks you down with a hug when you do.
Well, I will spend a couple hours with them and just kind of tell them what happened, and then I will sprint back to the manor.
Okay.
We don't have to take a lot of time with that. I just wanted to check in on them.
Yeah, no, I understand. Cassius.
I will be giving the kids some pony rides, since I have it for an hour. Until, afterwards, the effect of the spell ends, I'll head to bed. I'm at 19 hit points. I really need to rest.
Yeah, you really need that long rest. The kids do seem very entertained by you doing this, though, and Annie in particular is enchanted by the fact that you can do that, and you are now horseman to her.
Nice.
Prudence.
Prudence, does this place have a rookery? Or someplace
like for birds?
Yeah, for like sending messages.
Oh yeah, like pigeons and stuff. I get you.
Okay, she will go to the rookery and send a message to her significant others in Luster and inform them of the children and what she has promised them, and that whole please just do this one thing. And then she'll also explain the candle situation in Annie, and like that she thinks it's really important, and it may take longer to get back to them and all that sort of stuff. So just like writing a letter to catch everybody up on everything that's gone on.
Right. That makes entire sense. So you're able to do that. The bird flies off.
And she'll send another one to Vent and Louvel to just do the same to catch them up to speed on everything that's been going on and send one to Myth. So everybody knows what's going on and everyone's kind of caught up, and then she's going to go to bed.
Okay.
And now
So
they're
you
all
all-
out of pigeons.
You all get a good night's rest. You get to hit that long rest button. Nothing wakes you up in the middle of the night for once. Everything is perfectly peaceful. And for once, I'm going to leave you off on everything being perfectly peaceful.
Yay!
Awesome. Oh.
So
yeah, because
next-
we got hell to pay for, apparently the next and final session of the season.
Nice. Well, thank you everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for watching, as always. And of course, Robin, thanks for running another awesome session. A ton of fun. We will be back here next week for the finale. And then we go on our hiatus for 2 weeks, and then we come back with some Vast Grim before we jump into Dungeons and Delving. Season 2 with Ted behind the DM screen. And also we'll be back here. I'll be back here Friday afternoon at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time, hanging out for one of the live chats. And of course, Sunday we come back for me and Ted's live chat. With that, until next time, everyone, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.